What's good with the YouTube? Right now, we're finna get into a list of all the black FBS coaches in the game,
Hey,
all the
smack that
African
like button.
American, American Indian, black, Negro, whatever you want to call us. All the game right now for the black coaches in the game, in the FBS level. Now, mind you, now, it's 13 coaches in the FBS level that's African American or black. Now, it's 133 FBS teams. Come on, man. We gotta change that. There's gotta be more diversity on the coaching level. I know it's way more black coaches out there that can coach on this level now. Now I know this is America, and I know y'all, we know what's going on around here, but times are changing. All that old time shit is dead. All that shit over with. It's time for us to take this thing and run with it and pretty much put our stamp in it where it'll influence the next generation where it can be more and more black coaches on the FBS level. Now 13 is way too little of an amount of black coaches on this level, so we definitely need to change that. That means it's 120 white coaches or European American coaches. So right now, we finna get into the top FBS black coaches from 1 to 13 based on their record. And starting at number 1, we got Penn State. And Penn State sitting in the Big Ten. They're 9-2 right now, definitely going to a big bowl. They coached by James Franklin. James Franklin in his ninth season. They ranked number 11 right now in the country. And they definitely on the up and coming, man. Definitely could be a championship contender in the coming years if they can figure out a way to compete with this SEC, man. We dominate things. Number 2, we're going to go to Notre Dame. Notre Dame sit at 8-3 right now. And they are an independent team, but they definitely a great program. They're going to finish the season off with Stanford. Definitely going to be probably a dub. And they coached by Marcus Freeman. He in his second season, doing a great job out there. So look for Notre Dame to be a championship contender as well in the future. Number 3, we're going to Maryland. And Maryland, one of my favorite this year because they played well against Ohio State and Michigan. Even though Ohio State, that score kind of turned out a little ugly in the end, but they definitely played well this season, and definitely an up-and-coming school to probably try to continue to win that Big Ten one year. They're going to finish the season with Rutgers. Their coach is Mike Locksley. If I'm pronouncing that right, he's in his second season. He's in his 5th season there, so he's getting the job done, getting his recruits in. So we're going to see what happens with that school in the future. Number 4, we're going to go to Northern Illinois, NIU. They sit in the MAC conference. Right now they're sitting at 5-6. Definitely could contend for a bowl this year if they can get this win against Kent State. And we're going to get on Kent State here in a minute. But the coach out there is Thomas Hammock. And he's in his 5th season, definitely doing a good job getting those recruits in. He's got them almost bowl eligible. Let's see what happens with them in the future and to finish this year off. Next, we're going to go to number 5, Colorado State. And Colorado State low-key made little noise this year. Definitely when they played against Colorado with Coach Jay Norvell. He's in his 2nd season. And they're going to finish the season off with Hawaii this year. They sitting at 5-6 right now. About to be bowl eligible if they can get this win over Hawaii. And that's going to be crazy, man, because, they played Colorado, and Colorado beat them. A lot of people thought Colorado probably be, better, but that was a good game for a reason. Both of those teams pretty neck and neck. And Jay Norvell probably going to get a chance to play in the bowl this year. And we're going to move on to the next one. Number 6, Marshall. Now, Marshall's sitting at 5-6 as well. And they got to finish the season against Arkansas State to see if they become bowl eligible with Coach Charles Huff. Charles Huff in his 3rd season. And they in the USA conference. They definitely an up-and-coming school. And they could be a solid, good program in the future if you can get some good recruits in there. Because coaching is really all about the recruits and the guys you can get in, the schemes you can come up with the guys you got. So let's see what happens with Marshall in the future. All right, number 7, we're going to go to Colorado. We're going to go to the Belt. They in the Pac-12 right now, at the bottom of the Pac-12, man. Shout out to Prime, man. I hope we get it together if he can stop all the bullshit he got going on, stop all the favoritism, use that team the way you need to use that team. But they sitting at 4-7 right now. They finished season against Utah. Coach Prime trying to get them recruits in. I believe that they could be the future of college football if Prime get it right up there, man. But right now, he in his 1st season, so let's see what happens in the future for Colorado. Now, number 8, Western Michigan. Western Michigan sitting at 4-8. Their season is over. They got beat the other day They coaching. They coach. I think the coach was fired or something after the game or something. But Lance Taylor is in his first season starting next year. It'll be his first complete season with Western Michigan as a head coach. So we're gonna see what happens with that program. But they finished this year 4-8. They definitely looking to be on the up and coming. So we'll see what happens with Lance Taylor in that program. Number 9, we're gonna go to Purdue. Now, if you don't know where Purdue is located, Purdue is out in Indiana, and they sit in the Big Ten. Right now, they 3-8. They 3-8 right now. They ain't looking too good, but Coach Ryan Walters is in his first season. Now, we're gonna see what happens with Purdue in this Big Ten, competing against Maryland and all these other schools, Penn State, all these other black coaches. But we're gonna see what happens with Purdue. See how Ryan Walters can do out there and get them guys right, get them recruits in the up and coming years. Number 10, let's go to Virginia. Virginia is in the ACC. Now they sitting at 3-8. They got to finish the year against Virginia Tech, and Virginia Tech is fighting to be bowl eligible right now. So they're gonna come out motivated, ready to get down. So we're gonna see how Coach Tony Elliott, who is in his first season at Virginia, we're gonna see how he ends the season and see how he come back in the future years and bring this program back to life. Now, number 11, we're going to Temple. Temple, if you don't know what Temple is, Temple out in Philly. Now Temple is in the American Conference. Right now they're sitting at 3-8. They got to finish their season against Memphis. And we're going to see our coach Stan Drayton. Saying that right. Stan Drayton. He's also in his first season. Like I said, a lot of these coaches are in their first, second, third season. They just getting these programs going. You got to see how the recruits going to go, how the season and how their careers going to come out in the coming years. But Stan Drayton is in his first season out there in Temple. Doing a good job with those guys. Won a couple games this year. Sitting at 3-8. We're going to see how they come up in the future and keep an eye on them too. Number 12, we're going to Buffalo. Going out to New York. Sitting in the MAC conference. Now, Buffalo, they all right. I like their colors, like their mascot. They sitting at 3-9 right now. Their season is done. But the coach is going to definitely, I believe he'll be back next year. He's in his second season. His name is Marquise Linguist.
Man, his name is Maurice Linguist.
Marcus Linguist, I believe. And he's doing a good job out there in Buffalo. We're going to see what he does as well in the up-and-coming years because he's just only in his second season. And we're going to see how he get them recruits in and, man, bring Buffalo back to life. At number 13, we're going to go to the MAC conference as well and talk about Kent State. Now, Kent State, they went 1-10 this season. You know, they're going to finish the season against NIU, who's fighting for a bowl. And I believe NIU gonna come out ready to ball, and they gonna get down and get the job done. So I believe Kent State will finish 1-11 this season. But on the bright side, it is Kenny. I believe his name is Kenny Burns. It's his first season. Yeah, Kenny Burns. So don't look too down on Kent State. Kent State just on the up and coming. You know, a lot of the coaching is recruit. So we gotta get some of these guys to be interested in Kent State. See what type of things he can come up with. See what type of games he can schedule for these guys to be seen on a national level. See what he can do with these guys out there, man. Even though he look like Akon, I think he's a good coach. I think he will get the job done out there in Kent State. But we're gonna flip a wild card right now. One coach that I would like to step down and come into the college level from the NFL. I know people might think I'm crazy and all that shit, but I would really love to see Mike Tomlin come down to the college level and coach one of these teams down here, like Auburn, or go out to Arkansas or something like that, go to Florida, you know, one of these schools and really make a buzz. Go coach at Miami, you know. Mike Tomlin is one of those good coaches that's been a great coach in NFL for years. And I really do feel like he'll come down to college and do a good job, man, and make some noise. But I definitely ain't gonna forget about all the HBCU coaches out there. Shout out to y'all doing y'all thing. Keep working, keep getting your skill better, keep perfecting your craft. Because one day that phone gonna ring and it's gonna be one of these teams and the Power 5 schools gonna come calling, man. Because there's a lot of white coaches out here that ain't getting the job done too. I don't want to just shout out to these coaches and thank these records and think they sorry, but no, these ain't the only schools that's struggling this season. It's a lot of, like I said, it's 120 other FBS schools, and it's only a top 25. You feel me? So it's a lot of schools that's on the up and coming. So we're gonna give a shout out to all them HBCU schools. Shout out to Eddie George out there at Tennessee State. I don't know what happened against Tennessee Tech, you know, the last weekend, but you know they sitting at 6-5. We'll see how they finish the season. see how he does in the future. But Eddie George is one of them other coaches that could step up and coach in the Power 5 level. So there's a lot of black coaches out here that just need the opportunity to get that chance to show what they can do and get them recruits in, get them guys in, and see what they can do on this major level and compete for these conference championships, these major bowls, these national championships, and on a bigger scale, get these guys into the league or get these guys into a position where they can become coaches and make some careers out of this career that they have. But this is a great list, man. These guys are definitely on the up and coming. I'm gonna keep my eye on all these guys. I hope you do as well. To all the recruits, man, I hope y'all just look into this video and just think about what you could do or what you could bring to these schools that need improvement. And man, just take a chance, man. Because it don't matter where you play at in NCAA. If you fight, if you good, the league gonna find you. Man, P.S.A, man. List all the black FBS colleges right here, man. All the 13 of them. Keep your head up, coaches. Keep working, keep grinding. Get it.